from Calcutta will join us in a few minutes. Jijo, would you like to start the session? Anything you would like to tell the students about the morning slot?
Yeah, basically, I think about a week ago we discussed about what could be the CAT. Okay, I think the only thing was that what I felt is based on what we said, the English section seemed to be like last year. It was not difficult than last year. That's the only thing that I felt was different from what we said. Yeah.
Right. Okay. It was not a difficult paper. As many people were afraid that RCs have increased, what will be the impact? Will it mean poorer attempts? Will it mean more difficult RCs? Many students were afraid that calculator is there. Will that mean there will be difficult calculation? The level will go up? No, nothing like that happened. RCs, as I had mentioned in my blog post also, that increase in quantity usually leads to reduction in level of difficulty, and that is what happened. Out of the RCs were not difficult, and the CAT was easily doable. Yes, the only issue I'm sure all of you would have faced would have been something called DILR. Apart from this, quant and verbal RC should not have been an issue for anyone. Okay. Yeah. Jijo, just keep adding wherever you want to.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So good attempt. First of all, and this is true for both the slots, morning as well as afternoon slot. All of you know the structure of the paper, so I'm not getting into it. But the good attempts in verbal RC seems to be about 27, 28, DILR 16, and quant 25 to 27. Now these two are by and large in line with what was the paper last year. And this is a section which has become a difficult. In fact, the way it turns out for both the sets is that 3 sets almost everyone would have done. 4 sets, few people have done. Hardly anyone has done 5 sets of data. So when you're looking at it, these are the 3 levels at which your percentiles. You remember last time when we the last minute tips webinar a week before CAT, which we did, what Jijo has said was percentiles will jump with every set, and that is what will happen here. 3 sets will probably get you an 85 percentile. 4 sets is probably going to get you a 95 percentile, and 5 sets is probably going to get you a 99.9 percentile. So that's the kind of shift which has happened, and I don't think, at least I have not met anyone or no one has reported more than 5 sets. Almost everyone seems to have done 3 sets. Few have done 4 sets. Very few have done 5 sets, and till this point of time, I have not found anyone doing 5 sets. So when I'm looking at the overall attempts out here, it becomes something like 70 odd questions, 70 to 75. Okay. 70 plus or 70 to 75 seems to be a good attempt in this paper. When I compare with last year's paper, this was about 80. This was about 10 questions extra. But what the difference between last year's paper and this year's paper are, one, this year you have non-MCQs. Secondly, last year the 10 minutes which you saved in verbal and RC could be used in quant and other places. Last year you could have done about 5 sets of data. This time 4 sets seems to be a very good attempt. Okay. So these are the 2 or 3 things which have led to a reduction of the attempts overall. Okay.
There is a question, GP, as to what this means in terms of percentile.
I'll be discussing percentiles in another 4-5 minutes. Okay. So let's hold on with the percentile. But in qualitative terms, most of you who are worried that I have done only 3 sets of data, will I clear the cutoff? Most probably yes. 3 sets of data, 10 correct answers out of 12, you will clear the cutoff. DILR was very difficult. When I took after the paper, when students asked me, I said 4 sets anyone should have done. But when I've talked to a large number of students, it seems that maybe I was being a little optimistic. 3 sets is at par to clear the sectional cutoff. 4 sets is a good attempt. 5 sets is an outstanding attempt. That's the way it turns out to be in DILR. Okay, and the good attempt in verbal and quant seem to be almost along the similar lines as last year. A little lower than last year because of this item called non-MCQs. Okay, okay. So let's move to the next item. Okay. Okay. Just to repeat the same thing. Easy. While I've written easy to moderate, I'll say easy to moderate to difficult. It should be easy to moderate to difficult. Let me put it this way. 2 DIs were easy. Easy to moderate. Similarly, 2 LRs belong to this category. So 4 sets of DI and LR were easy to moderate and should have been attempted, could have been attempted, but the rest 4 were difficult. So that was, you can say, 4 sets of data which were easy to moderate, 4 sets of data which were difficult. Quantitative ability, by and large, the level of difficulty of the question was similar to last year. A few more difficult. Last year, out of 34 questions, I would have said maybe 3 to 4 were difficult. This time, I'll say maybe 6 to 8 were difficult. So slightly higher level of difficulty as compared to last year. So this is along expected lines. This is along expected lines. This is worse than what we thought. Because if you remember, I was always maintained that 5 sets is what one should target. In this paper, while I'd say 5 sets one should target, 5 was difficult. Okay, 4 sets was doable. You need to be very good in DILR to go to a 5th set or to go to a 6th set. 6th set, I don't think anyone has done to the best of my knowledge. Okay. So quickly, you know these things, and both these slots have reported almost similar breakup of questions. There can be a marginal change, and in both these slots, 4 out of 5 sets of RC were okay, doable, not too much of a problem. Okay, 4 to 5 sets of RCs were almost fine. 4 out of 5 were good, were doable without too much of a problem. Parajumbles out of 4, 2 of them were doable, 2 of them were difficult, and I'm sure out of these 2 also people typically get 1 right. So parajumbles typically, because they are without choices, would have resulted in 1 out of 4. Last year this would have meant something like 2 out of 4 or 3 out of 4. Okay, summary questions, all 3 were easy, not a problem at all. Parajumble odd statement, again not difficult, but this is a difficult area, please understand. While most of the time you will find the right answer, but that need not be the right answer, because typically parajumble odd statement, they pick up an actual paragraph and the statement which is not a part of the paragraph is odd statement. But that actual statement may not be logically constructed, that actual paragraph. So this is always a tricky area when I look at this one. So I would say here also maybe one would get 2 out of 3 wrong, right. And here possibly again 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3. Because in English, the best part about English is all of us attempt questions confident that we have got it right, but when the scores come out or when we look at the answer key, we find that some of them were wrong. So I will say 2 to 4 and 1 5. 5 out of 10 here was definitely on. And some of you may have done about 8 out of 10 right. But 5 out of 10 was what I would say. And similarly out here, something like 15 to 18 attempts out of 24 is what I would look at. A net 14, 15 correct would have possibly been good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Can I add something here, GP?
Sure.
I think this CAT, what I saw about reading comprehension was a type of passages. What was missing was questions on arts or passages on philosophy. This was not. It's not that because of the question it was easier. It was because the passage were not very difficult to comprehend. Okay.
Right.
So I felt that it like what GP was saying, 15 to 18 was possible, right? So and with respect to the non RC questions, which did not have negative marking, parajumbles nobody knows at the end of the day. Even one miss can is possible.
That's actually true for parajumble and odd statement parajumble, both of them. We confidently mark the wrong answers.
So if I had taken the test, I am very confident. At least I am reasonably confident. I attempted 19 out of the 24 questions in reading comprehension. Reasonably confident, and I have no confidence with the parajumble that I have attempted. Okay, I'm reasonably confident with the summary questions and the para odd man out. So to me, the way in which I look at it, if someone can get it, finally boiled down to your ability to get the questions accurate. Whenever the paper is like this, when the passages are easy to comprehend, it finally going to boil down to your accuracy. I'm sure people would have attempted what GB was saying, the number of questions, roughly about 20, 22. I'm finally going to boil down to accuracy level. That's what I feel.
Yeah, there was one question. Let me just go back. Someone had asked a question that these good attempts don't add up to 70 odd. They don't take them to be literally 70 that it has to be exactly. There's 27 to 28. This again is between these two, it is adding up to about 55 and another 1670. Okay. And again, to me, last year, good attempt here was 80. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next section. So verbal, I hope we are clear. My favorite section. Unfortunately, most of you must be cursing this section. As I said, 2 easy sets out here, 2 easy sets out here. When I say easy, these are easy to moderate. These are not so easy that you just look at the set and you solve it. But they are easy to moderate, 4 doable sets. And it is possible, for example, these 4 sets of data I did in something like 40 odd minutes, slightly less than 40 minutes, I did 4 sets of data. After that, I went across all these sets and looked at what is it I should be doing, not doing. 1 set was doable, more than that, not doable. Okay, more than that, must be a struggle. Okay, and immediately after the paper, when the students at my center asked me, so what should be done, what was a good attempt, I said the same thing. I think 4 sets is doable. Maybe it should have been 5. So to me, I told them that 4 sets is something which most of you will do. Anyone who's done 5 is going to be have done an outstanding, that the scores will jump significantly from 4 sets of data to 5 sets of data. But as I have got more and more data, it seems, as I said, it is 3 is decent to clear the cutoff, 4 is good, and 5 is please start preparing for the next round. Okay, excellent. Okay, Gio, anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, here what I want. So what I want to add here is that if I look at this particular CAT, the game changer is going to be DILR, because your percentile score in DILR is going to jump drastically because of the fact that you're either going to be either at a 8 or a 12 or a 16 or a 20. What this means is, for example, if I look at the data interpretation, there was one chart. I'm talking about slot 1. It's not that the questions, one was kind of obvious, which was about the line chart. The rest of the question based on work or something else.
The two-list arrivals.
It requires a little bit of a little bit of investment in terms of time to figure out that it was not so difficult as a question. So this DILR was not obvious they were easy. It required a little bit of commitment into these questions. So if someone would have missed questions which are easy, it will be disastrous. So I think this, to me, a 3 set, if someone has done, probably get a net of 30, would ensure the 85%. At least you've cleared the cutoff, and then you hope that your English and maths has taken care of it. Someone has attempted about 16 to 19 questions to me in this particular thing.
Yeah.
So time and work. GP was saying time.
Yeah. Just to add, in the morning slot, this line chart, the tourist arrival, this table of time and work, time consuming but doable, not difficult at all. You just have to work your way through and you'll get it. It was incorrectly mentioned that these are non-MCQs. The set theory based set was non-MCQ. This was a with choices. In the, I think this has got mixed up. This should have been DI, this should have been LR, but that's okay. The arrangement, the laptop, this was again an easy set of data. I was surprised many people missed out on the cube-based set. I felt this was easy, but many people missed out. The 5th set of data doable was to me this one. That there are 5 plants whose capacity was given, another 5 plants whose capacity you had to find out, the cell phone industry and so on and so forth. Okay. This Sudoku or puzzle set was not moderate, it was moderate to difficult. Huge amount of data, not worth attempting in the paper. This DILR was only about choosing the right sets of data. It was nothing beyond that. If you choose 4 right sets of data, you are done, you are through. But if you pick up any of the others, you are going to, for example, this would have been time consuming. This was time consuming. This was again time consuming. So you had sets of data which were difficult, there were sets of data which were easy. And if you spend the first 5 minutes of the paper just going through the data sets, identifying, you would have been able to do well in this particular section. Okay. Let's move to QA. Similar to last year. slightly more difficult. As I said, last year I would have said 3 to 4 difficult questions. This year I will say 6 to 8 difficult questions. But by and large similar, and the degree of difficulty went up primarily because the choices were not there. I don't know how many of you tried, but the log question at least I solved with the help of calculator. At least 4 questions I solved using the calculator. Okay. In terms of degree of difficulty, in terms of ability to, I don't think many of you would have faced a problem. I'm sure about 18 to 20 attempts would have been possible for everyone. But if you are strong in quant, this should have been about 30 attempts. Okay. Jijo, your views?
My view was, in the paper there were a lot of non-MCQ questions. So attempt may not be a problem. People would have attempted because non-MCQ question did not have a negative marking involved. Yep. But it was always kind of frustrating that the thing with an MCQ question is that when you get an answer, you know if it is there, you're a little more confident about your attempt. When it comes to non-MCQ, you got the answer, is still not clear. But like what GP had said a week ago was that whenever you see something new, it probably will be easy. And if you look at many of these non-MCQ questions, they were on the easier side. Okay, and it was about picking the right questions. To me, is in the first 30 minutes, if I remember, I think I attempted about 19-ish, and then fought with the next 30 minutes about 10 more. I think about 29 is what I think where my attempt was personally. Yeah. Okay, so I think something about 29 would have been really good attempt. But
so Jijo, it was 19 plus 10 for you. 30 plus 30.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So in my case, it was the first round was I did about 24 questions, something like 40 plus minutes, and then I did another 5 or 6 questions, 6 questions approximately, another 6. I'm not sure whether it was 5, 6, or 7, but let's say so are almost similar. Okay.
So it was not as easy as the last year, but I think if it required applying knowing certain basic concept and application of basic concept. So to me is someone who was I think will be like we discussed about 36 to 40 marks will be about 85 percentile, and someone is getting about 65, 70 would be about 99.99 percentile.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move to the most important thing for all of you. This is what we think. 85 percentile, and I'm talking about both the slots because I have complete information of both the slots now. 85 percentile, which is a sectional cutoff. Verbal should be 38 to 40, quant 40 to 42, and DILR 25 to 27. This is really going to go down as far as this section is concerned. And this means if you attempt 12 questions and 3 sets of data, get a couple of them wrong, you are safe. So DILR, 10 attempts, 10 rights and 2 wrongs, by and large you are safe. So you are 28. If you have 9 right and 3 wrong, even then you are almost there. Okay. So I don't think the cutoff will go below 25. It could be 25 to 27, on the high side 28. But so from those of you who are worried about DI, this is the number you have to be looking at. Verbal, RC and quant, as I said, last year they were slightly higher than this. This is where we think it will fall. About 40 marks in each of them. 90 percentile, because some institutes would have a sectional cutoff of 90 percentile. These are the numbers that we are looking at. And beyond that, you can keep going as much as you want. The important thing again is overall scores of 165 to 70 should get you a 99 percentile. Okay. Where should you be applying? Based on these estimates, you can pick out which institutes to apply. Jijo, so anything from your side?
So the thing was, to me is that so long as you are able to clear the sectional cutoff and 1 or 2 sections of yours pulled your score really up, you'll be fine. I think for most of you, the issue would be with DILR. Okay. And just have to hope that your DILR at least ensure that the cutoff happened. And the next thing is to ensure that VRC accuracy was high. I think those 2 things was to me the biggest thing about this particular CAT. Your accuracy level in verbal and your attempt in DILR is going to make the difference. QA, more or less, the story will be the same every year. So even if I say 30, you'll attempt about 12, 13, 14, depending upon accuracy level.
Yeah.
This will be fine. Yeah.
Actually, in QA, I was just wondering why is this question there? There's one question, right triangle 8, 6, 10, and then you join the midpoints. what is the area of the small triangle. I was just wondering why these questions have been given. But there's quite a large number of sitters in QA. So which so I'm sure that getting this kind of a score in QA should not be a problem. And same with verbal. To me, as Gijo, you said, this is a section. So this is where you have to make sure you clear the cutoff, and you have to maximize your scores either here or here. This is where if your maximization has to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is where you are. Now again for this is a general category cutoff 85 percentile. Okay. So if you happen to be a OBC, you happen to be a SC or a ST candidate, you could take it down by 3 marks each. So while this is 25 to 27 DILR cutoff, I am just talking about DILR cutoff. This could become about let's say 22 to 25. This will be about 19 to 22, and this could be again say about 15 to 16 to 19. So broadly about 3 marks less in each of these cases as compared to the general category cutoff. Okay, I think that is what it will do, and similarly for the other 2 sections. Now the more important thing would always be what is the score you are getting out here, because this is what will determine your final calls from the various institutes. Okay, large number apart from the IIMs, MDI has sectional cutoffs, but their sectional cutoffs will be lower than that of CAT. So maybe close to about 80 or 75 to 80 percentile is what their sectional cutoffs are likely to be. Similarly, is there any other institute? I think, Gijo, I don't think any other institute has sectional cutoffs apart from IIMs and MDI, which take CAT scores.
Yeah. So for the rest of the score is finally going to be, so these the score that you're seeing with respect to 85-90 percentile, that is the basic that you have to hit, and then your overall score has to hit what is mentioned here to be able to get to for the IIM. For the non-IIMs, it's about overall score only, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Now there's one more thing which you need to know. While this is there. So just download this. This will keep you updated with everything that we are doing. But there's one very important thing for you to know whether you are hitting these scores or not. Now, with the help of many of you, we have been able to recreate the CAT question paper, which is now available in careerlauncher.com/CAT. Okay. Let me just. Okay. Now, score calculator. Obviously, we don't have the complete question, but we have sufficient amount of questions and the correct answer. So what you can do is go to careerlauncher.com/CAT and look at the score calculator. Now you will find the score calculator as well. Okay. What you can do is you can look at the question and tell us whether you have marked the correct answer or not. So we have almost all the question and the correct answer, which we have collected from a large number of students, and that we have put up on careerlauncher.com/CAT. It is under the name of score calculator. So you can check out what your score is coming out to be. Okay, so almost all the questions are there. Some questions are missing. If you find those questions missing and you think you remember that, or you remember a question and the correct answer, just email it to us and we will take it on from there. Okay, but this helps you. The score calculator will be able to help you know your exact score and will help us in getting you to understand what your percentile is likely to be. So please go and fill up the score calculator. The way you filled up the score calculator for IFT, there's a score calculator that is live for CAT also now. Okay. Gijo, anything from your side?
No, there's a question that has been coming in. What is how was slot 1 and slot 2 with respect to difficulty level? That's some
similar. Yeah. My information is similar. Both of them are almost the same. Slot 2 might be marginally more difficult, but by and large both the slots are almost the same. And I don't expect normalization to change the scores by maybe 1 mark or so. So 1 to 1.5 mark could be up or down. So if your score is X, you could become X plus 1 or X minus 1 depending upon the normalization. So in terms of degree of difficulty, both the papers seem to be almost the same. Hardly any difference between the two. Okay.
Okay.
So what you need to do now is, most importantly, please fill up the score calculator. Almost all the questions which were asked in slot 1, the score calculator for slot 1. So slot 1 score calculator is live. Slot 2 will be live by midnight. So you know your exact score. You'll know where you stand. You'll know where you'll be clearing the cutoff or not. And yes, you can take it forward from there. Couple of things more. If you have done well, great. Please start preparing for PDPI. If you have not done well, please focus on Snap and ZAT. I will be posting shortly on my blog the strategy for Snap and ZAT in a couple of days. But start working towards Snap and ZAT. If you have done well, great. Please start preparing for PDP. But that does not mean that you ignore Snap and ZAT. If you have not done well, forget PDP. Focus on Snap and ZAT. Make sure you do well there. Okay. So depending upon where you are now, please take the next step. Let me just quickly go through the chat box and see if there are any specific questions which I need to take care of. Gijo, could you look at the which one do you have open with you, Q&A or chat box?
I have open chat box with me. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll open the Q&A. And if there are any specific questions, you can just have a look at them.
So there is Vedant is saying that his attempt of VRC is 28, DILR is 18, Quant is 28. I'm sure you should be happy. Don't worry, right? Don't worry about that one question that he missed.
And Vedant, just go and fill up the score calculator. You'll also know how much score you are getting. The questions and the correct answers have been uploaded there. If it is not there already, it will be there shortly.
Yeah,
you'll have to see. Yeah.
Sorry, Soumya is asking, you're confused about the number of attempts. I've attempted 65 questions, fairly certain they are correct. If you're fairly certain that they are correct, you're looking at about anything about 180 marks, and I'm sure that will be pretty decent.
Yeah,
Soumya.
180 means, Soumya, please start preparing for next stage. Make sure you start your PDP classes immediately. Don't delay them. Okay. Okay. Let me just go to the Q&A box.
Your Rose Pranay says his Rose score is about 100, 105. Percentile would be, I think, about 85 percentile. Would it not?
Yeah, I'll just take it there. Yeah. Okay. Devika, I attempted only 11 question LIDI. What can be expected percentile? Devika, it's a function of how many of them are correct. If you can get a score of 11 correct, all 11 correct, you could be a 90 percentile. 9 to 10 correct, you could be about 85 percentile. So you have a chance, and fill up the score calculator to find out.
Yeah, I think for Janta would be about 10 in DILR. I think that is where the majority is going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, It's a question of how many actually got past one more set and how many actually got past. It's very difficult to predict LRDI. But I'm sure that if someone attempted 10 questions and if all of them are correct, I think they can be very safely sure that they should hit a 90 percentile in that section.
Okay.
Sectional cutoff of IMT and SPGN, for best of our knowledge, they don't have a sectional cutoff?
SPGN has a 85 percentile minimum requirement in each section. So this is what is required. Okay. Someone asked me 14 on 18 in QA. 14 on 18 in QA gives you a score of about 40 odd. So you should be about 85 percentile. Okay. Okay. What is...
CL quant mocks were exceptionally difficult than actual CAT. It was a question from Mohit. Whether it was exceptionally difficult is something that I don't know, because in the CL mock I normally attempt about 28, and even in this CAT I attempted about 28. Okay, so I think it's largely probably CL mock CATs are always designed to be one notch higher than the QA mock. So we had said that it will be slightly difficult than last year's CAT. That was a prediction, and it seems to be the case. So I don't think it was exceptionally difficult. Yeah, marginally, yes, definitely.
Yeah, CL mocks more difficult than this, but that is by design. And if you go back to my post, the last post which I put up on CAT after the sample paper came from on the CAT website, I said, because of higher number of MCQs, because of other things, I expect it to be an easier paper. Okay, but that information came us later, so there's not too much of change that we could have made. Okay, LRDI 90 percentile, it should be about 30 to 32. Okay,
Shubham asked a question, raw score of 159. What can I expect? I think, Shubham, the raw score 159 at this point in time is about 98 percentile plus. But what I would recommend is that you put up your score, go to the score calculator, percentile predictor, because what happens, a lot of people will put in the data. It'll be a little more statistically better analysis you'll get in that score calculator, predictor, sorry.
Yeah, no, more than predictor, I think it's score calculator now. The predictor will be continuing for slot 2, but slot
Right.
1, since we have almost the entire set of questions, we are uploading that in score calculator, so you can check out your score. Post strategy for Snap, yes, I will be posting it in a couple of days. Nitty does not have sectional cutoffs. Okay.
Gagan asked a question. I could only manage 8 questions in DILR. Gagan, I'm sure that will be the case with a lot of people. This is, like I said, the whole story of DLR is that the percentile jump is going to be huge. It's going to be either 8 to 12 to 16 to 20. 8 is at 24. I'm just hoping that you should clear the mark of 85 percentile. I'm just hoping that's the case. Let's see. But it's a borderline thing with respect to safely it'll be about 80 percentile plus with DLR. But whether you clear the cutoff will be a slightly borderline case.
Akbar is asking what percentage of accuracy with good attempts. I'll say forget about the accuracy. Look at this kind of a score. For your attempts, are you getting these kind of scores? If yes, then you are safe. Okay. But in general, Akbar, I would say I look at a 85 to 90% accuracy in most of the areas. In quant and DILR, I expect a 90 to 100% accuracy, and in verbal, I would say about 80 to 85% accuracy. So average accuracy of about 85 to 90 is what I look at always. Normalization, Pratik is asking us. I don't think normalization will be an issue. Last year, I think we buried the ghost of normalization, which was the most important thing for CAT’15, in which I got a 0 marks and 55 percentile. But last year, I think we have forgotten about it because normalization was not the issue. This year, too, I don't expect normalization to be an issue because both the papers are very similar in terms of the kind of question and degree of difficulty. And I'm sure we have a random sample in both the slots. Both slots are taken by 1 lakh plus candidates, so it should not be an issue at all.
Raj is asked, suppress factor difficulty level LRDI in slot 1 was not there in slot 2. So basically, you're saying that the people in slot 2 got to know the slot 1 difficulty level. But even what will have an impact overall percentile? Nothing much, because let's assume that the people knew what was the difficulty level and managed it better. But at the end of the day, the normalization is going to take care of it. Right?
And despite that, they have not been able to attempt more than 4 sets.
In any ways, yeah. So
so it does not really matter. Abhishek says my attempt in verbal RC is 20. Abhishek, that's fine. 20 means if you can get almost everything right, you could be 50 plus or 55 plus. And 55 plus and 50 plus in verbal RC will definitely take you to close to 95 percentile. So that's fine. Okay, LRDI 13 is decent. Wow, I have first person. Yajoy Negi says attempt of DILR 22 sets were not that tough but time consuming. Let the set theory and Sudoku, I'm sure about 18. Great, Yajul. Sadly, someone like me who feels 20 plus were doable. And to me, after the paper, I said 5 sets should have been done. Thank you for being there to prove that these were possible. Okay.
Yeah, so JP, I think it was possible. Not that it was not possible to do all those 5 sets. Okay, huh? So the problem is, if someone would have gone through the question once again today at home, thinking about this question, they can solve it. The problem was, when they looked at the question on the screen, it was very unfamiliar. Okay, huh? They saw Sudoku and then didn't know what to do. There were table on work, did not know what to do. So it was a question of people putting time. I think that there would have been a waste of 5 to 10 minutes, which got people to attempt less. That's what I feel.
I don't know what Yajoda has done, but what I did was, as usual, I spent first 5 to 7 minutes just going through the 8 data sets and understanding what they are. And then I started the paper. Okay, and that usually works for me.
Yeah, this was second thing was the DI. At least 3 sets was looking like LR only. So actually, the paper had 1 DI set, and the rest of them was logical reasoning.
Okay, Devashish Mishra says 34 and 34 in verbal, 16 in DILR, 19 in section 3. What can I expect? Devashish, just look at the score calculator or take an estimate from the table which is given on the screen. Okay. Mandar says expecting only 30 in LRDI. Mandar, you should be safe. Okay. Yes, you have to say, and Mandar focus both on PDP as well as that, because 160 plus gives you almost 99 percentile. 30 in LRDI, I think you will clear.
Resham is saying that I have attempted 12 in DI. I have screwed up big time. Is there any chance? You have not. I think 12 is good. 12 is pretty good. 12 into 3 is 36. That will push you to 95 percentile. Okay, huh? So there is, I think 10 would be 90, 8 would be 85 percentile. That kind of a thing. So 12 you should be safe. So don't worry. Yeah, 12.
Yeah, I have another person who's got 6 DIA sets, LRDI sets, morning slot. 5 sets I am sure, 6 a bit unsure. 29 in verbal, 20 in quant. Quant is a little low, but 6 sets in DILR and you're sure about 5, it is going to be 99.5 percentile plus in DILR. Great. So we have 2 people.
Yeah. So that student's DILR score will offset the quant score, so long as he is able to clear the cutoff of quant.
I think he will get it because he's attempted 20 in quant. So as long as he can get a 45 to 50, he'll be 90 plus. Okay.
Amma says QA attempt is 31, VA is 27, LRDA is 13. Hoping about 75 marks in QA, 50 marks in VA, 25 in LRDI. Chance of IM. The only thing is 25 in LRDI is just about managing to clear the cutoff. Let's hope and pray that you will clear the LRDI cutoff and the overall cutoff and make it. I'm sure that it should be good, Amma. I'm sure it should be okay.
Jijo, if you can just take a couple of more questions, I'll just take a quick break and check on the score calculator. Someone is saying it's still not been made live. So let me just get a latest update and while you take a couple of questions.
So someone is asking what is the cutoff for SC candidate? Whatever is the score that is given, you can probably reduce about 5 marks each. Okay, that probably will be the cutoff for SC candidate. Anubhav attempted 23 attempts in VRC with 80% accuracy. Should be okay. I think so that should be great. If your accuracy is good, I think you don't worry. 25 attempted VRC Deepanshu, but total of accuracy, console will be over 40-45, LR will be 30-32. Finally, I think it boiled down to your VRC accuracy level. If your accuracy is good in VRC, I'm sure you're safe.
Jijo, I'm back and just a quick update on the score calculator. It should be up in another 15 to 30 minutes. So 7:45 is by when it will be live. I'm sorry I possibly jumped the gun. It's being uploaded. Okay.
Resham is saying attempted 15 in quants, 14 correct. Am I safe? You're safe to clear the QA cutoff. That's much I can tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Again, we have, does it matter in normalization whether one attempted tougher set or easier one? See, normalization works on the population. It tries to compare the average and standard deviation of your slot as a whole and the toppers of your slot. And similarly for the second slot. So it compares the two and then does some kind of a increasing your score or reducing your score. So there's a standard formula. So, but as I said, I don't see too much of a difference between the scores of the 2 slots. So they should be similar. So normalization will not be impacting any one of you.
And the second thing you must understand, for each of the slots, there are close to a lakh of people taking the test.
Yeah.
So a 99 percentile score in the first slot and a 99 percentile score in the second slot may be very different. But what is going to be same? 99 percentile, the percentile that you get in your slot will almost be the actual percentile. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. But you don't have to worry about normalization this time around. Because there are only 2 slots and there are enough people taking tests in each slot. What is important is how did you fare in your slot against against all the people who have taken the test in this.
Yeah. Okay. I belong to OBC. What could be the score for FMS? FMS OBC cutoff is about 85 percentile. But to be sure of getting a convert, you should be 90 plus. So if you are 120 plus, you have a chance of making it to FMS in the final list. But if you are about 95 odd, which means about 130 plus, then you have a very good chance of making it to FMS in the final list. Remember, FMS has 85% weightage for CAT scores and 15% for GDs and interview. Sorry, extempore and interview.
Pallab, as a shout out to you, GP, he thanks you for advice on question paper button. It made a difference. Yeah. Okay,
great. And I hope people use calculator also. I solved the log question using the calculator and a couple of other questions. I think 3 or 4, 5 questions almost I solved using calculator button. Okay. Next score 39 in LRDI percentile. Wow. 39 in LRDI, you will be 95 plus. Okay, that's Abhishek Agarwal. Okay, so
What are the top non-IIMs which do not consider sectional cutoffs? I think that's an important question, GP. You want to take
apart from MDI and IIM, XLRI, IIFT, these are the only institutes which have sectional cutoffs to the best of my knowledge. XIM Bhubaneswar also has occasionally, but there's no clarity on that. And the sectional cutoffs, if they are there, are very, very low. But from your point of view, CAT scores, it is only IIMs and MDI you need to be worried about for sectional cutoffs. Others typically don't have sectional cutoffs.
And I think FMS also. FMS has given more weightage of VRC actually. I think 40, 30, 30. I think 40% score will be taken of VRC, 30% DILR, and 30% QA. Is it not? FMS,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. That formula is there, but there's no sectional cutoff.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no sectional cutoff, but yes, they have given that kind of a weightage. Okay. Attempt of 68, is it safe for FMS? Absolutely. 68 attempts, not the question of what is the score. Okay.
The story of CAT to me is clearing the DILR cutoff and hoping that you're accurate in VRC. I think that is where.
Yes, absolutely. I think this is the key thing. So these are the two sections which will determine. Yeah, accuracy here and attempt here. Because in DILR, if you are attempting, you will by and large get them right. Okay. But verbal, as I always maintain, we confidently mark the incorrect answers. Okay. Rahul Agarwal says, I think I've done well in CAT. So what should I concentrate more on, PDP or ZAT or SNAP? Rahul, unfortunately, you have to focus on all three rather. Both you have to do PDP, you have to start preparing for SNAP, you have to start doing ZAT. For SNAP, maybe you could just do a couple of SNAP papers every week. So two papers every week from now till SNAP. 6 to 8 papers should be more than enough. Just continue, Joe.
For SNAP, what is going to be QA and VA would be okay. I think GK is an extra section, and the logical reasoning of SNAP is very similar to that of NMAT. So
yes.
that will be the slight change. And for those of you prepping for ZAT, the questions are going to be definitely difficult than the CAT, but the content are the same. The thing that is going to be different would be decision making. If you can handle decision, that is what you have to prep now. That won't take much time because it is based on logic. So you can spend about an hour every day for this prep. And if you're fairly confident that you get a good score, please, I'm telling you, please prepare for your PI process, because once the IIM comes out with the result, you will not have time to prep for your PI. So start now. That is
just to write down the schedule. We are right now on 29th of November. Okay, your SNAP is on 20th of December. That is SNAP. Your that ZAT is on 3rd January. CAT results would be around, let's say, 15th of January. And interviews, IIFT interviews will start around end January. SNAP interviews will start around, this is end January is IIFT. SNAP is about beginning February. Okay. And if you are going to wait for ZAT, you will start waiting for CAT results, and then when the call comes, you will not have sufficient time for these. So if you are expecting a call from IIFT, please start immediately. You have done well, start immediately, and CAT interviews will start sometime mid-February, sorry. IIM interviews will start from mid-February, depending upon which city you are in. Okay. Yeah, Jijo.
I think IIMA is the one who is going to start immediately. So anyone
yes, they are the first to start.
They're going to start mid of Jan, end of Jan itself. So anyone who are very confident, someone said that they attempted 20, 25 questions in DI. Those are the ones who really have to prepare for IIMA interview. And
yes.
Someone was saying how to prepare for decision making. Decision making is pure logical based. Get a hold of, look at the past year's ZAT papers. Have a look at those questions. It's pretty easy to handle. And if you are a CL student, I'm sure that in the centers we'll be doing sessions and workshop, and I'm sure that we will also be taking webinars on the same. Yeah.
Actually, I find decision making to be the easiest part of that, but that's not with what many people agree with. So we'll discuss that separately.
I know. I agree with you on that.
You agree that you don't agree that decision making is easy.
Yeah. My decision
Okay.
is it is very easy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But RC 14 is fine. Okay. Um, I attempted 12 in DI. Not an issue. You are at par with others. You will clear the sectional cutoff. Assuming all of them are right, you will get a 90 plus also.
Arvind's question is, by clearing all the sectional cutoff and the cutoff percentile for the IIMs, can we expect call from respective IIMs? How are they going to filter even after the clearing cutoff? See, each of the IIM, apart from the CAT score, also have certain criteria based on academics. What we are basically saying is that this is a CAT part. Is obviously your academic score for those IIMs have to match. So so each IIM has got different parameters. But if you kind of get about I think about one, they start giving call from about 98. Is it GP 98 percentile plus?
Yes. In fact, for IIM Ahmedabad, if you have 90 plus in 10th, 12th, 80% graduation, you could get called at a lower percentile. So especially if you are a commerce student, you could expect calls at even 95 to 96 percentile. Okay, Jijo, I have another one. Rahul Agarwal, 24 questions in DILR. Very good. Another 99.9 percentile. Maybe 100 percentile in DILR. So there are 3 people who have done these very well in this area. Okay.
Will there be internal cutoff in VA, RC and DILR? No, there won't be any. There'll be a sectional cutoff.
Yes.
So what happened in VA, within VA and RC, there is no cutoff. There's just a cutoff for VRC, the section. No separate cutoff for RC or verbal. Yeah. That's
Okay, those of you are asking that so many attempts, what score can I expect with this accuracy? Just wait for another 20 odd minutes or so. The score calculator will be live, and you will get the exact thing. You will see the question, you'll see the correct answer. At least you'll know this question, this was the correct answer. What are my chances? Okay.
Govind does FMS consider academic profile for shortlisting? No, they don't.
No.
So
it's only the CAT score.
And I think FMS has got 85% weightage on the CAT and 15% the GDPI. So if you do well in CAT, most likely that you're going to clear the cutoff, get into FMS. So that's the story, I think.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, NCOBC, Quant 821, 8 DI. Okay, NITI, the sectional cut, the overall cutoff for general category is about 97 percentile. I'm talking about PGDIM. For the NCOBC, I think it is about 92 percentile. So Suman, I think 27, 35, 25 and 45. Suman, just check the score in the score calculator and you'll have a good idea. Okay.
Resham, with this overall score of 90 to 100, I think you'll be touching about 85-ish percentile overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So another question on the second slot student having an advantage, but believe me, there's no advantage because as per data available, the 3, 4, 5 rule for DILR continued in second slot also. 3 most were able to do, 4 few people did, 5 hardly anyone, and I'm sure there will be very negligible number of people who would be doing 6. There are 6 people that we have found 3 people out here. Okay. And those of you asking what score, what percentile, I hope this table clears it. Okay. SC category, Ahmedabad call 85 percentile along with your ACATS. Okay, so ACATS profile is an important part for Ahmedabad. So 85 percentile, you should be very, very safe in terms of getting a call from Ahmedabad. SC category. For ST, it should be about 75, could be as high as 80. Net score of 39 and LRDI percentile could be 95 plus.
Satyan, you have got 175 plus. That would be somewhere between 99 plus for sure.
Satyam, please start preparing for PDP. Please start class immediately.
So 9% for sure.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? I think now I'm getting repeated. The same question are getting repeated. Okay. 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 Rahul is thanking you and me, Jijo. He's saying I was able to attempt 24 in DILR only because of video analysis, Jijo and GP. GD, sir, I'm assuming it is GP, sir. Okay. 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 Thank you, Rahul. Thank you for thanking us. But that video and all the things which done was available to everyone. It's only those of you who take the pains to follow the process are able to make it. Okay. But it's always good to know that people appreciate. Okay.
Minimum percentile. Okay. So sorry, I missed that question. SCIMA minimum percentile. SCIMA minimum percentile.
About 85 percentile for SC category for IMA. And with good accounts, it could fall.
So about anything about 100 as a score, 100, 120.
Yeah, 100, 110 is what I would say. Because 90 percentile is about 115 to 20, so it could be 105 odd.
Rajesh says, apart from coaching, CL does a lot more. Thank you very much, CL. Thank you, Rajesh, for those kind words. Yeah.
Ashish, when will that mock start? I don't have the schedule in front of me, but can you just check up with your center? In any case, it will be displayed. It will be available in your SIS. You could download the ZAC schedule. Okay.
Anubhav says, thank you, Jijo, for your session. Our session in Delhi on the 1st November. Thank you, Anubhav, for those kind words. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Cutoff for new IMs. New IMs, I'm assuming the 6 new IMs which started this year. My guess is about 94 to 95 percentile. Okay, because they have a small batch size. The Ranchi, Raipur, Udaipur, etc., their cutoff typically is about 96.5 to 97. So the 6 new IMs this year, which started this year, is likely to be about 94 to 95. In fact, there's a blog on my, there's a post on my blog in which we have given the cutoffs for various institutes and various programs. It says application time, and then it does not have the IMs, but the other institutes are there. I'll have it updated. Okay. We felt that IMA was setting the paper, VRC would be tougher side, but the story was different. Yes, you are right. Initially, that was the impression all of us had. But once the mock sample paper came in, the mock CAT paper came on the IIM Ahmedabad website. If you read my post, I made it very clear. Expect a easy verbal RC. Okay. Unfortunately, it seems you have missed that article. But that mock sample paper of IIM Ahmedabad with the number of non-MCQs made it very clear that it is likely to be an easy paper. Okay.
I think so people one caution here. So whenever a paper is easier than expected, people generally tend to say that it's very easy. I don't think it was very easy. It's just that the RC passages were easily comprehensible. It's not that the questions were not confusing and all. The questions were confusing.
And to add to that, Jijo, in quite a large number of questions, I found 2 choices were reasonably close.
Yeah, so it was not like it was a cakewalk or anything. I'm just saying that it was like, as I say, it's not like, for example, the 10 non-MCQ questions, the substantial number of questions were para-jumble, and that with 5 options. And those were difficult to handle. And we are today saying that we are very confident about 2, but we are actually not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could have been very well 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, for all you know. So. Yeah.
Okay. Himanshu says 130 marks as per calculator NCOBC. 130 marks should be 95 plus. And so IM calls are possible. And so which non-IMs apply to all the institutes which have reservations. At 95 you can get an MDI call also if you have good academic record. But at 95 with a good academic record you'll get IM calls. You will make it to FMS with a 95 plus.
Ritvik is saying that for PDP prep, how much percentage should I look for? It depends upon the school that you're applying to. But I believe that
and the category.
And the category. But I believe that I'm sure that there will be a lot of schools which takes students on 90 percentile, 95 percentile, 97 percentile, 99, and 99.5 percentile. So whatever the score that you see on the screen, you prefer PI, is my advice. Yeah.
SPJAN expected cutoff with WorkX help with a lower percentile. Expected cutoff of SPJAN has 2 kind of calls. One is a profile-based call, for which Abhishek you have a chance because if you have a WorkX, you will get a profile-based call provided your answers and academic record are up to the mark as far as they are concerned. If you don't get a profile-based call, the sectional the overall cutoff could be about 96, 97 percentile. So you have a chance.
Varun says 185. Am I doing fine? Varun, you're not doing fine. You're actually doing awesome. 185 is pretty good.
185.
Yeah, Varun. I think it's good. I think here now you're gonna get the call from the top IMs. You start prepping. Don't miss a chance. Getting a call is just one. The real competition is going to happen after this, because for every IM seat they will call at least 4 to 5 students. So you still have to compete. Yeah, Varun. So all the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Rahul is asking, do you have an online program for PDP prep? Yes, there's a Power PDP program, Rahul, which is available online. It'll do everything for you except give you a GD. It'll give you the concepts and how to go about it, but you still won't get GD practice and interview practice. For that, you can do it separately, but Power PDP is available.
But I think what is important to get hold of a mentor, right? That is very important. Okay, huh? So because at the end of the day, personal interview is an art of telling your story. Okay, what you have done, collating all those. So it is very important that you get hold of a mentor who you trust and who can help you with the whole preparation. That's what I say.
And do the new IMs have sectional cutoffs? Yes, new IMs also have sectional cutoffs. My guess is their sectional cutoffs are likely to be between 75 to 80 percentile.
Abhishek was saying RC passages were easy, but how many RCs would be ideal to attack? Would 3 of 6 questions be a good attempt? 3 out of the 3 of 6 questions. Abhishek, I've always maintained, and even today I'll maintain that RC is about questions, not about passages. I have looked at all the RC passages. I believe that about 19 out of 24 or 15 out of 24 questions could have been picked. So to answer the question, yes, if you can pick 50% of the RC passage or 60% of the RC passages and get everything correct, or 60% of the questions and get everything correct. Whichever is fine. Okay,
Nayan is asking, does IMK have sectional cutoffs and new IMs? All IMs have sectional cutoffs. Okay.
Resham, your friend has attempted 81 out of 100.
Wow.
Your friend has done really well. 85% would fetch how much? I have to do quick maths calculation.
Yeah, about 70 attempts. 70 net correct answers, 65 net correct answers. Please start your friend Resham to start preparing for PDP, for GD interview. Don't delay at all. He or she, whoever it is, has done extremely well. 29 in English, 29 in Quant, 23 in DI. Wow, another one with DI. I'm actually very happy when I see anyone doing 20 or more of DI. Okay. So I was very disappointed when I was talking to people that most of them are stuck between 3 to 4 sets.
Vishwadeep saying that, sir, you're all frightening us by saying that we could have messed up in the para-jumbles. I was feeling so confident about them till now. You have a smiley emoji, so take it as a personal. I think this is my personal this thing. Let me repeat. I'm not saying that para-jumble. If you're confident, be confident that you're correct. All that I'm saying is because there are 5 options. One mess up here and there.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
And one thing which is important to understand in para-jumbles without choices, you can always say that, for example, statement 2 and 4 have to be together. And similarly, you could say statement 3 and 5 have to be together. But at times you'll get stuck which one should come first, which combination will come first. So the chances of making a mistake in para-jumble without choices is very high. If the same question is with the choices, you say 2 and 4 have to be together, 2 out of 4 or maybe 3 out of 4 choices go out and you have the answer. So the level of difficulty goes up, or the chance of getting the right answer reduced significantly when para-jumble without choices. Okay.
Yeah,
Gijo Session is thanking both of us for attending to all queries and motivating everyone. Session, thank you very much. We are doing our job, and thanks for letting us know we are on the right track.
Vishal is saying that I'm scoring near 175. Is IMA possible? Vishal, it's quite possible. I think IMA has got 2 criteria. One is purely based on the CAT score and a basic academic profile, and the second is a high academic profile and a lesser CAT score. Okay, I think that they have mentioned those 2 things. So it is possible if your academic scores are pretty good. I think what they did it how much GP? The CAT score based on 99 point.
For which one? Sorry, I missed that.
IMA.
IMA, there are 100 seats for 7 academic categories. So
Okay.
700 seats will be based on 30% of academic profile rating, application, and 70% of CAT score. And the last year for 50 seats, economics, commerce students got a call at about 95 percentile. So for 100 seats, I would not be surprised if it goes down further. Okay.
Srihari, when are the PDP classes starting? I believe that it starts from December first week itself. Yeah.
Yeah, just check up with your center. Okay. But first week, most of the centers would be starting.
Debash is saying that I have got 2.5 year experience and I have not checked the answers, but as my predicted present, my score range from 171 to 183. What calls can I expect? Debash is, I think that this 2.5 years experience is going to stop now. You're probably going to hit an IM next year, right? So 171 to can expect call from.
Anshul Wadhwa.
There is some disturbance.
I think someone called Anshul Wadhwa. It seems his mic has got activated. Yeah.
No problem.
Now it's fine.
Yeah, so they will say. So 171 to 183, almost all the IMs, I believe, provided for some of the IM you meet the academic criteria. Right, so I think you.
And Devashish, 2.5 years work experience, you'll have an advantage as far as IMB is concerned. You could get a call at lower percentile also. 2 to 3 years work experience, 98.5, 98 can get you an IMB call, assuming you have a decent academic record.
Ashish, 61 attempt. Devash is saying I don't meet that academic criteria, GP. So he says he does not have the academic criteria.
Okay, so maybe a half a percentile more.
So, but I'm sure that there'll be I think I am Calcutta, some of the IMs.
Yeah.
I am Lucknow, I think. Those IMs are the ones that you can look at. 61 question, should I prepare for PDP? 61 question, you should prepare for PDP. 61 into 3 is 183. That is what you attempted. So depending on accuracy, I'm sure that you're going to fall somewhere between 95 percentile to 99 percentile. Right. So you should start your prep, Ashish. Yeah, sure.
See, you start for PDP if you think your score will get you an interview call from an institute you're interested in. For example, if you think that based on what you have done in the paper, you will get let's say a 93 percentile and you would be happy going to IMT Ghaziabad, you should start now. But if you think I'll get a 90 percentile, I would rather pick up a job than join IMT Ghaziabad, then you should not start. So if you think your score will get you a call from an institute that you're interested in, the earlier you start PDP, the better it is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, there is some profile question. Vikalp is asking, SC candidate 75 to 85 percentile will IM takes? I think 85 percentile is what they'll start calling students. Yeah,
that's
85.
right.
100 plus score is what you need to.
SPGN, how much weightage does it give to work? Significantly high weightage to work experience. Or rather, let me say they give high weightage to relevant work experience. If you have work experience in marketing and you have applied for finance, you don't get any weightage. But if you have experience in finance and you applied for finance, they will give you high weightage and you could be in line for a work profile-based call as well. Please
ensure that for SPGN, whatever is your profile, you just mark something that is, if you're doing finance, mark finance. If you're into operation job, mark operation. Your chances would be higher. I think Matthew was asking, attempted 60, pretty hopeful for a 90-95 accuracy. 2 years experience, will I get a call? Yes, you would, for sure. With about 90-95, we are hitting about 170-ish. So you should be in the range of 90-99 percentile, and I'm sure that there'll be schools will call you. Is 160 good enough for IMC? Mridul, 160 I don't think is good enough for IMC. I think IMC is the one score, I believe, which looks at 99.5 percentile. Is it not, GP?
Yeah. Last year it was 99.5, but they had a 10% weightage for 10th and 10% for 12th marks. This year they have increased to 15 each. So 99.55 was the percentile cutoff for boys. That could go down to something like a 99.3, 99.35. While for girls the cutoff last year was 99.25. This year I expect it to go down to about 99.
So Mridul, I think that about a 10 short, I think, 160. Let's hope that you got your 3 question verbal that you think you got wrong, that were right.
Okay, would you recommend IMT Ghaziabad for someone with 3 years work experience as a function of how desperate you are for doing MBA? How do you see your career going after that? and where are you working and what kind of options you have. IIT Ghaziabad is a decent business school for people with 3 years work experience, but if you are already at a very high level in terms of job profile and responsibilities, then maybe not. If you're at an average level, you might consider it.
Ritvik, 68 attempt, pretty good. Ritvik, 68 attempt, 18-month work experience. It's all based on accuracy. I think accuracy. When I say accuracy, I'm specifically talking about accuracy in verbal, right? Yeah.
Okay, I think we are getting all again. I think.
I think one question. Somebody wants to know what about a 100 percentile or 99.99 percentile score in slot 1.
See, last year 100 percentile started at about 235, went up to about 270. Now vis-a-vis last year, I would say, and last year you had the advantage of being able to manage your time across the 3 sections. This year there will be definitely a loss of 10 to 15 minutes, which could reduce it by about 3 to 4 questions. So my guess is 100 percentile could be at 225 this year. How high? I'm sure there must be a couple of students who will get a 270. So how high is not important. And then remember last year there were 16 students who were given 100 percentile. Till the year before last it used to be 8 students. So if we take a corresponding number, this year if they are going to give call 100 percentile to 20 students, then the 100 percentile could happen at anything around 225.
But 99.9 percentile, I believe, will be to start hitting 200 plus, which is like a 70 plus attempt, and you're kind of sure almost everything is correct. So 20, 75, and that's where the 99.99 kind of starts, I think.
Abhishek Agarwal, 10th 93%, 12th 84%, graduation 93%, expecting 145 plus, so about 97.5%, 97 percentile. Unfortunately, you may not get any of the IIM calls from the old IIMs. The new IIMs and the latest 6 IIMs, you'll definitely get a call from here. Also, one more thing, sorry. You could get a call from IIM Indore. IIM Indore has a 70% weightage for 10th and 12th marks.
Even I may probably, no?
I think he's an engineer. If he's not an engineer, so Abhishek Agarwal, if you are not an engineer, you have a good chance of getting a A call. If you are an engineer, then you may not get it. You will not get it, sorry, at this kind of a score.
It's sad days for engineers like us, I know.
Yes. Glad we did IMBA long ago.
I know.
When there was no requirement of academic profile. Okay.
And then I would have been one of the engineer male is like the most difficult category these days, I think. Yukti saying PDP classes will be college based. PDP classes will be college based. Yes, of course, Yukti. Because we'll have to ensure that your call and your candidature matches the college that you're applying to. So obviously we'll ensure that the help that is provided to you will be definitely college based. Yeah.
Okay, Abhishek is saying according to IIM Profilizer, I should expect a call from IIM Bangalore 95.3 percentile. Last year, 95 percentile students got into IIM Bangalore. But obviously they had a couple of years of work experience and they had a good academic record. So if you happen to be there, yes, you can expect a call from IIM Bangalore.
Govind is saying I'm a CA and a CS interqualified. Interqualified. I don't know. I don't know whether you're a CA or a CA interqualified. I don't know. But let me ask you: if you're a CA, you're an OBC candidate, and you've got 145. You chances of IIM Calcutta? Yes, of course. Yes, there is. Yeah.
Ankit is saying I'm looking at the score of 180 commerce students, 90%, 10, 12, 70% graduation. Ankit, please start PDP. 180 in any case is going to be almost 99.5 percentile. You will get calls, and with your academic record, you should get calls from A, B, C, L, all 4 of them. And yes, FMS and Bajaj also.
Ali is saying that he's got attempted 84 questions, 73, 76 correct. Raw score 210 most probably. Ali, you are hitting 99.9 some X.
Yeah. Huh? And with a little bit of luck, Ali, you should be 100 percentile.
Yeah, so here and there, that will depend upon your some BRC again. The question that you think you got wrong if you get right. So Ali, you are hitting your IMA. You should start prepping soon.
Akbar is asking criteria for PDP personalized. The details are available on the website, And since PDP Personalized is a different program which is available in limited number of cities, just connect with one of the cities. It will be available in Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Calcutta. I think these are the cities.
Arvind is asking, I just missed the engineering part. What is the disadvantage? Arvind, I do not say there is any disadvantage. There are some schools which is giving extra weightage to people, extra marks, I think, couple of marks for people who have not engineering background.
For example, Lucknow gives extra marks to girls and extra marks to non-engineers. So if you are a girl and a non-engineer, you get double benefit. If you are a male and engineer, you get that double negative, or you don't get anything, you lose something. Similarly, Ahmedabad has different cutoffs for people from different academic backgrounds. Percentile predictor is live. The score calculator should also be live anytime now.
Matthew, 2 years experience, 90% in 10th, 80% in 12th, 68% in BTech. I think that is fair. Score of 160 to 165. That will probably put you in about 98.5 to 99 percentile. Can I expect call for MDI, IMK, IML? Yes, you can. Definitely.
Okay, some of the students are asking which institute should be preferred, new IIMs, NMIMS, should I go to Great Lakes, PGPM, etc. Just refer to my blog post, Jaye To Jaye Kahan 2015. It has my order of preference as to which institute should be preferred over which one. Okay. I think, Jijo, I am almost at the end. These are almost similar questions are coming.
There's a question, GP. There's a question Vishal is asking. Percentile for IMC and IIM Bangalore.
IMC should be, for boys, it should be about 99.3. For girls, about 99 percentile. With 15% weightage for 10th and 12th marks, they should go down vis-a-vis last year. Okay.
IIM Bangalore, I think it is also the lot, as people can even...
IIM Bangalore is the most complicated thing. They have work X weightage, they have weightage for marks in 10th, 12th, they normalize scores across different boards and universities and create all kind of havoc for all of us. So I'm glad I did MBA when they were not looking at academic record. They did not bother about these things, and all they did was looked at the CAT score.
So I think that even at 97 percentile, you can still get a call from
absolutely.
99%.
Absolutely.
100 percentile may not get a call. That has
happened. That has happened in the past. Even though they have a criteria which says if you get 100 percentile in any section, they will give you a call. Okay. Okay. So I think, Jijo, I think it's time to close. Unless you have anything specific in front of you.
Nothing.
Can we start PDP after CAT result? How much time for prep? Yes, you can. But the more you delay, the more difficult it becomes. You will not have sufficient time to prepare. PDP, unlike Quant and English, it takes a little more time to work on.
I think if it is, let me tell you, if it is, let's say there are IIMs, Kolkata, Lucknow, Indore, it finally depends on the cities, because they go to each cities to conduct the interviews. It's a question of luck. For example, if you get a call after the CAT result and your interview is just two weeks away, you won't have any time to prep for your PI process. So therefore, it is if you're sure about getting a particular score, my sincere advice is, please prep immediately, because all the effort about CAT will go completely waste. That if you got a call with all the pain that you have taken, for all the effort that you put to reach here, and then not converting it will be really pain. So please prepare. Please prepare if you are fairly confident of your score. Please.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Jijo, I think it's time for us to close. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you very much. And the score calculator should be live in another 5 to 10 minutes. Latest by 8 o'clock, I am told. So just put your data, check out what score you are getting, and we'll be able to update you in terms of how much percentile. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you very much. All the best, guys, and see you in the next stage. Thank you so much. Bye.